Okay, so we're going to be solving by factoring. So here's our equation, 2x squared plus 3x minus 9 equals 0. So the first thing we're going to want to do is split b into two separate numbers. And we're going to figure out those two numbers by figuring out numbers that will add up to equal b, and then we'll multiply to get AC, which in this case is negative 18. So we can go ahead and do that. So in this equation, those numbers will be, the equation will be 2x squared plus 6x, and I'm just going to put a line in between these two equations, minus 3x minus 9 equals 0. So now that we have that, we're going to want to find the greatest common factor of each side of this equation. So on this side of the equation, the greatest common factor is going to be 2x. So we take that out, and then we put the rest in parentheses. So 2x, and then in parentheses is going to be x plus 3. Now on the other side of this equation, there's two numbers we can do. We can either do 3 or negative 3. But we want the parentheses on this side of the equation to match the parentheses on this side of the equation. So we're going to take out negative 3. So negative 3, and then the inside the parentheses will be x plus 3. And the equation will continue to equal 0. Oops. Move this over. So now that we have that, we want to make the two numbers that are outside the parentheses their own parentheses. So 2x minus 3, and then the other parentheses x plus 3, and altogether is going to equal 0. So there's our factored equation, but we still need to solve for x. So what we're going to do is act as if each parentheses is its own separate equation. And we're going to set both equations equal to 0. So 2x minus 3 equals 0. And then our other equation is x plus 3, x plus 3 equals 0. So now we're just going to solve these equations and to solve for x. So in this equation, we would subtract 3 from each side. So we would be left with 2x equals negative 3, and then we would divide by 2 to get x by itself. So in this equation, x equals negative 3 divided by 2, or negative 2/3. In this equation, all we're going to have to do is subtract 3 from both sides of the equation. So in this equation, x is going to equal negative 3. So those are our two answers, and now we have solved by factoring.